Hey, what's up? What's up, US version of Chess? It's Colin. How's everybody doing? Okay, so this game is not from my FIDE online arena. This was the game played just yesterday against Grandmaster Wesley So and Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen, the current world champion of classical chess and rapid and blitz chess. Now, guys, Wesley So here with white pieces. Won this game, and this was a blitz game played online over the internet. And in this tournament, first place, whoever wins this match between the two top online chess players in the world, Wesley So from the United States of America versus Sven Magnus Carlsen of Norway, and Grandmaster Wesley So won this game in the blitz tiebreak, as they had already drawn in the rapid portion over 2 days. And this was already an extremely long tournament with the top chess players on the planet competing online over the internet to see who is the best chess player on the internet. And in this game, Wesley So had white pieces, as we just mentioned, and the current world champion over the board, Magnus Carlsen, who funded this tournament, $1.5 million in cash prizes. And this is the first leg of the tour that's going to last to September 2021 next year. So Wesley So, congratulations, defeating Magnus Carlsen in Fischer Random last year. And Wesley So, the current Fischer Random Chess 960 champion of the world, who defeated Magnus Carlsen last year for the top prize, now gets to face Magnus Carlsen in regular classical chess variant. And this is the game that won Wesley the title, $30,000 prize, and now at this moment he is the greatest online chess player in the world online. And let's get right into it, guys. So this was the blitz game that won Wesley So the ultimate challenge against the best chess player in the world. And Wesley So, Filipino-American GM, as we brought up before, started the game with 1 to e4, guys. 5 plus 3 second increment. Let's check it out. Caro-Kann defense here by Magnus Carlsen, and so many games being played. I'm sure both players were very, very tired at the end of this tournament. Wesley So had to defeat World Cup winner of the FIDE Grand Prix World Cup last year, Teimour Radjabov, very, very strong Azerbaijani Grandmaster who defeated actually Garry Kasparov on an occasion. And so Wesley So, in order to get to this final to face Magnus Carlsen, he had to defeat Teimour Radjabov and Hikaru Nakamura. Hikaru Nakamura is the top blitz chess player over the board, and he also defeated him as well in the semifinals to get to this final match. As we mentioned, they are drawing over 2 days, over 8 rapid games. The score was level, and this blitz tiebreak in this first match, Wesley So yesterday had white pieces, and Magnus Carlsen responded in this game for all the marbles, guys. And Carlsen chooses a Caro-Kann defense. I guess Wesley was getting the better of Carlsen, so Carlsen didn't really have much to come up with now. Carlsen has basically tried everything at this point, and it's not working. And Wesley So is proving that he is just as strong as the world champion of regular chess variant. So here we go, d4, d5, now advanced variation, e5 of the Caro-Kann defense, and bishop to f5. Okay, so no offense, bishop to f5 is not the best move. The best move is e6, but instead we see bishop f5, knight f3, e6, bishop to e2, h6, and bishop e2 is a good move in this position, guys, as well, because as we see, the black pawns here cover all those important squares. c5 would have been a good move here from black instead of h6, but instead we see h6 and short castles now by Grandmaster Wesley So, United States current champion, US champion of chess, and also, as we mentioned, guys, Fischer Random world champion, and defeated Carlsen last year. Actually crushed Carlsen believe it or not, guys, if you want to take a look at some of those games over the internet, I'm sure they're available. If you want to check out some 960 randomized Fischer games at the tippy top level, Wesley So just absolutely embarrassed Carlsen, and now he's going to take down Carlsen in this game. So guys, not developing the light squared bishop here after short castles in h6. Carlsen just goes for knight to e7 and a4 and a5. Okay, so not allowing the progress of the a pawn to continue. And knight b to d2 from Grandmaster So, and knight to d7. Okay, so yeah, both players have to mix it up here and come up with a formula. Many games played, probably very tired, as we can imagine. Knight b3 now, best move in the position. Bishop h7, dropping back and trying to gain some leverage there on the king side, making up for maybe the lack of development on the king side. Bishop to d2, queen to b6, h3. Okay, so queen to b6 is an okay move. I mean, it's probably the best move in the position. Now making some threats, saying maybe, okay, now you can't move the knight. There's no good moves here for the knight, right, as the engine suggests. h3, knight to g6, and queen to e1. Now just putting a whole bunch of pressure on that a5 pawn, guys. That's all queen e1 was about, okay? So now Carlsen goes to this exchange variation. That's what he wanted after bishop to b4, and after bishop into b4, and queen into b4, and queen into b4, and a into b4, guys. Right? We understand that exchange variation. Okay, good job. Bishop to d3 now. c5. c5 was a desperate move by the Carlsen here, Magnus Carlsen. That was a desperate move. It was better to just maybe long castles. The computer likes long castles in this position for black, but instead we see c5, guys, and c5 isn't the best move, and let's see why. Wesley captures the c5 pawn with his queenside knight, and Magnus Carlsen recaptures with his queenside knight, and after decaptures on c5, rook a5. Okay, so it forces the defense of that pawn there, because yeah, I mean, white can always now swing their rooks to the c file and get things going, and we'll see that happen here shortly. Bishop e5 check, forces king to move. Rook fe1. Rook fe1 is best, guys, not something like rook a to e1, because this a4 pawn, as we see, still has to be defended, as it does. That's why rook fe1 was played, and after rook to c8 and c3 rather, b captures on c. And there's no en passant here because it's not leveled at the 5th rank. So Wesley So, Grandmaster, goes for b4 now, attacking the black rook on that a5 dark square. Rook a to a8, and now, as we see, guys, rook a c1. Now the fate of the c3 pawn is now in the hands of Grandmaster Wesley So, as there is no way to really defend. You can't push the d-pawn because now the f3 knight is obviously covering d4 square. So the continuation now for Carlsen, he wanted knight into f4. This is what he desired. And after we mentioned rook capturing on c3 and bishop to e4, just playing a5. a5 is a great move in the position because now obviously b4 puts a lot of leverage on the queen side, and black is dominating the queen side, as we can see. So f6, just more desperation now from the world champion of chess, and h4. h4 was a good move, played by Wesley So, a little risky, but at the same time useful. As we see now, g5 and asking a question of the dark horse, dropping back to g6 square, and after e into f6 check, king recaptures f6, h captures on g5 now, right? H captures g5. And knight to h2 was not the best move in the position. The engine liked knight to d2 instead, but instead Wesley So. Both players getting tired, guys. Already played so many matches in this tour, and already 8 rapid games over 2 days, so a lot of exhaustion. Again, not the best game of chess, but we see what is happening, yes. So rook c to e3 now, guys, putting more pressure on e-file. As we see the player with the white pieces here, Grandmaster So, has his queen side completely advanced. Okay, so Carlsen swings his rook now to h8. Let's finish the story, guys. Only a couple more moves here. And this is actually the critical moment in this game to really basically end the match. All Wesley So has to do in the next Blitz game is just draw, and he did end up drawing with the black pieces, so that means that he is crowned online champion of the world, the strongest and the best as well. So rook to h8 we saw, attacking h2 knight, and here's the tactic, guys. Here's the tactic. Watch very closely. Carlsen played rook captures on h2, temporarily giving up the exchange. Yes, temporarily giving up the exchange, guys. So after king captures, this is what we wanted, or this is what, not what we wanted, but what the Norwegian wanted. Knight from f3, and after rook captures and bishop captures now, the material is even. After giving up the exchange, accepting the exchange, having to give back the exchange, and now c6 is just clearly winning. I think in this position it would have been safe, yes, for the Norwegian Grandmaster to resign. Instead, d4, d5, d4 is a complete blunder. The engine says this is actually a horrible move. Again, guys, very tired, I'm sure, probably exhausted at this point. It was a very, very long tournament, as we mentioned. It was about 2 weeks long. And okay, so rook f1 here, guys, obviously, right, pinning the bishop here to that king on that dark f6 square that captured that pawn in that little exchange. Okay, so rook h8 check. King goes back to g1 square, and rook to h1 check, and it's not checkmate, guys. Why? Because there's actually an open square here. Aha, right? King f2. And Carlsen captures with the rook here, guys. Now, without looking at the notation, guys, find the best move for white in this position. Find the best move for white in this position. I'll give everyone a hint. It is not recapturing with the king for Team White. Find the best move. Did you guys find bishop captures? Yes, the engine says it. It's best. And why is it best? Let's see. Okay, bishop into c6, b5, bishop to d7, and a6. And now b is forced to capture, and now that is a queening pawn. Why is it a queening pawn, guys? d3 means nothing, but yet Wesley So still can capture it. And after king to e5 and a7, and now finally bishop to c6 and bishop to f1, guys, and then black just, Team Black gave up and admitted defeat in this position. So let's go a little further now. This is why we wanted to show why bishop f1 was winning. Bishop recapturing on f1 is winning, because yes, after you play the perfect moves in this order, and these were all the best moves being played, yes, b captures a, b captures a6, d3 doesn't matter, you can just take with the bishop, and doesn't matter, this is still resignable, because after bishop to f1, let's just see a little continuation, guys. What can black play in this position? Obviously, yeah, anything's good here. Probably the best move is just bishop e7, and bishop g2 just wins on the spot. You can't move the black bishop from this diagonal because the pawn is going to queen immediately. So it's saying, yeah, don't take. You could put it up here, and then white is going to recapture, no doubt, on the next move, and that's it, guys. You call it what you like. White has a queen, and this is over. So that is why in this position, the winning move is bishop f1, exclam, 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 and that wins you $30,000, and also the title of the top online chess player in the world. So there it is, guys. This game was played just yesterday. Grandmaster Wesley, so I really wanted to share this with everyone here in the VI and elsewhere. Yeah, I got this notation from chess.com. I'd like to thank everyone for participating and going over this. Not the best game, obviously, like we mentioned, both players probably very cumbersome and exhausted from so many rounds of play just to get to this position. But Carlsen funded this tournament to find out who the #1 online chess player. He's valuing online chess, yes, guys, more than over-the-board chess at this point. He cares more about online chess. He says it's the future of chess is online. So for him to say that and then actually get beat by, well, defeated, let's just say, proper nomenclature, defeated by a superior Grandmaster. I believe Wesley So is actually stronger, just given his performance over the past couple days and in this Blitz game, right? Just played this endgame perfectly, and even a 1200 level player could just play this properly, right, dropping the bishop back to f1 now, and that's it, resigns. There's no way to stop the a-pawn from queening, because there's going, as we mentioned, guys, there's going to be an exchange here, and you can't move the bishop away. The king is on a dark square, and that's it. So thank you guys, everyone, for watching. This was Colin Heim, your host with U.S. Virgin Islands Chess at Home and Abroad. Chess analysis and virtual tutorials brought to you by myself in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. Very, very epic day. I think now we have a new online world champion, guys. So, and he's also United States of American. So give thanks, and hope you guys got a lot out of it. See everyone on the other side. Bye-bye for now.